What's up, y'all? This is Eric Jordan.
And I'm Anthony Sellers.
And this is
Browns in Our Blood.
Episode 1.
Browns in Our Blood is our weekly show where we talk about our beloved Browns. We're going to be here with you with the football season gearing up from here until the end of the season.
There's talk of Duke Johnson playing and starting in the slot. What do you think about that going into the upcoming regular season and upcoming season?
I think Duke starting and playing in the slot would be a great idea because he's been one of the top receivers since he's come into the league as a running back, and it'd be great to add as many dimensions to the offense as possible. So, and you can also take him from the slot and actually motion him back into the backfield and things like that.
Yeah, you know, he kind of like remind me would be like Danny Woodhead.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so a lot of catch, like a lot of action after the catch type thing. Which,
yeah,
could
that's
be
what
exciting. Could be really exciting because Duke, he hasn't, you know, until you see his numbers. And I see his numbers, I'm like, because I've been, you know, studying for fantasy like I do. And I see his numbers, I'm like, I didn't even know he was doing all that last year because he had more yards catching, receiving than rushing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was second overall as in running backs, as far as running backs go for wide receptions last year.
Is that league-wide?
I think, yeah.
Oh, man, we got to check that out. But I love that idea. I love that idea, him getting the ball. And you know, because it seems like he can't get his action off, you know, running it. But him getting an open field, get him an open field
with some space, yeah. He's shifty. And
that.
Getting him together with Crow.
He's shifty.
Yeah.
Shifty.
Do you think that Sashi is sending the Browns any ideas for trade options for Brock Osweilier?
I'm pretty sure Sasha Brown is doing trade offers for Brock. There's no way we can have a $16 million backup on the bench.
No,
but
definitely not.
I hope they are looking at him strong though, because at the end of the day, dude is 6'8". You know, Texas might not do what they wanted to do, but they were 8-6 last year. So you know, you got to give him a good look.
He did have a good third day of the training camp too.
Yeah, it was 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think Sasha. The first thing made me think about it, I was like, well, I wonder if they send any offers to the Ravens, because, you know, Flacco's hurt. But then I started thinking about it. That is in the division.
Yeah, you don't want to send to the division.
Unless he sucks. He sucks, then we can send him to the Ravens.
I feel like he's going to be starting or he's going to be cut somehow.
If
he doesn't win the starting job, he's not going to be on the team, I don't think.
Right.
I hope not. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but.
No, you better be right.
Is it time to give up on Josh Gordon?
He probably won't agree with me, but I think so, yes. I mean, we don't have too many wide receivers, obviously, but I think with Kenny Britt, Ricardo Lewis, Corey Coleman, one of those three is going to step up. Maybe all three, maybe two of them. But I don't know. I think it's time to give up on him. He hasn't been on the field in 3 years, and every time he's about to get back, he relapses and takes steps back.
I'm from the old saying, you got to have one in the hand before you go grab something. We ain't got one yet. Yeah, Kenny Britt, on paper, might be all that. And you know, like you said, our young boys, they might develop into something. But until we see that, we know we got this all-star, this all-pro, you know. Well, just wait for the click. And then the next thing, look, 2 years the league gonna be letting marijuana go. That's gonna happen. Marijuana being clean in the NFL is gonna happen for one reason, because it helps with CTE, it helps with concussions. It's a better pain medicine than the opioids that they give them. So it's coming. It's gotta work it out. Dude is the real deal. We done already seen it. He done did things on our field. You can't give up on him. Not when it ain't hurting. This ain't no cost, you know.
But how do we not know that he's not already given up on himself?
I've been following.
I mean,
I have been following. He's been working really hard on the off season.
But media can play a different role than what's personal inside, like off the social media too. So you truly don't know without being there with him by his side 24/7, in my opinion.
I'll tell you, like Stephen A. I kind of agree with Stephen A. a little bit. This man, just stay off the weed. You know, for millions. I mean, I like my little buzz of beer here now and then, but I ain't gonna let that stop me from my paycheck. So I do have a problem. You know, it's a sign of his character to me. But still, dude. Yeah. I mean, It ain't like he's shooting up in the back before a game. You know, it ain't like he's drinking a fifth on the way or
that's true too.
On 90 on Route 90 going to the game. You know, he's just relaxing himself through the stresses and tribulations of NFL football.
True.
I'm with Keep Josh, man. He got 3-4 more strikes with me. I don't let that dude go for nothing until, like, you know, he murders somebody. Then we'll discuss it. What up, boy?
Eric Jordan.
Yes.
Fights in training camp. Are they good or bad for team chemistry?
Fights in training camp is a sign of aggressiveness. I like it.
Exactly, me too.
Oh, I like it. I like it. It means they doing, you know, their minds is focused. They're gonna be aggressive. They aggressive now. If you practice aggressive, you're gonna be aggressive on the field. I like the fights.
I do too. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you nailed it all. I can't say anything extra.
Yeah. Fighting is good. I mean, you know, football's a contact sport, right? Yeah, we need them to be violent, especially on defense.
Yeah,
especially.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
What two players will have the biggest defensive impact this season? Not named Garrett.
Not named Garrett. Well, I think Peppers is going to have the biggest impact, and then I would say either. I don't want to go with Collins because I think he's pretty of a slam dunk to say for making an impact as well, but Kirksey or Shelton.
Huh.
I think those. If I have to choose between Kirksey and Shelton, I'm going to say Kirksey. So Peppers and Kirksey would be my two.
Peppers definitely.
Yeah, because
I think
he's versatile. He's going to be all over the field. I think.
Yeah.
They got to do him like what Steelers did with Polamalu back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I don't like the Steelers.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll keep it G-rated on what I like to call them.
I think Greg Williams is probably, to me, the biggest asset besides Garrett to defense. Because I fell in love with Williams on Hard Knocks, and when I saw that, and that's why we get in the fights.
Yeah.
You know, because we got Greg Williams out there pumping them up.
He's breeding the competition and the competitiveness.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I think, like you said, I think Danny Shelton's going to have a big year. I think he's a star waiting to happen. I just think he needed more talent around him. And now that he has more
started
talent,
to show it last year too.
Yeah. So I think now that he has some real talent around him, it's going to free him up to do some damage.
Going into the first preseason game against the New Orleans Saints, how much value do you put on that first preseason game of each season?
Oh, I value every preseason game. I value 2 and 3 more than I value preseason 1 game.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're trying to see a lot of young kids. I think they're trying to work them in, make sure they don't cause too many injuries.
Right,
you know, so I think the pace is slow. I think you see more on the 2nd and 3rd game. But, and like what I'll be looking for, I guess, on game 1, I'll definitely be looking at our rookies, see what they're going to bring to the table.
See if they have an edge, like some kind of edge about them.
Right.
For the aggressiveness, both offensively and defensively.
Right. I think preseason period is great to see who can play under the lights too.
Yeah.
You know.
See who folds under pressure and who shines, who doesn't fold.
I agree.
Word association. First thing that comes to mind, not football. Kyrie Irving.
Benedict Arnold.
What are you doing?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, what else do you want out of life? 3 championships? What other stage? But, I mean, he was in Cleveland before Braun got there. Does he forget what that was like? Oh, my God. Talking about feeling yourself.
Yeah.
Dude. Come on, man. I mean, hey, you know what, though? On the other side of that coin, I feel anybody who believes in themselves, who want to bank and invest in themselves. So
True.
if that's what he thinks he's worth, that's what his value is worth, he should definitely go for it. But brother, I think you're being a little bit unrealistic. You got some people in your ear that you need to get out your life. Because you've been to 3 finals in a row. 3!
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I just hate to see him go because he's one of my favorite players to watch.
Oh, I love
Like,
him. I love him.
The way he can create, I love it. Like
I love him. I love him. But you know what? I guarantee you this: Bron gonna be fueled by this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Even though I think they're gonna work it out. I think they're gonna work it out. You know, Kyrie's not going anywhere. It's all gonna get worked out. This is a big old soap opera right now. But if he do leave, you better believe Bron's gonna be like, I gotta win this without him, just so I can say I did it, just to say it was done. So,
Yeah, I agree.
and I think things like this is exactly what Bron needs in his career at this time. Little fires underneath him, and you're like, okay.
Well, basically, it's going to be probably about 20 players to start, just to see, and it's going to be weekly.
The league will be 20 people total.
Yeah, just to start out, and then if we get more interest and stuff, I can push it up. We'll try to see, just gauge it for the first couple weeks, see how it goes.
Disclaimer: I'm winning it.
No.
Or we could create a belt. I've always wanted to make a belt. I've always wanted to make a belt. We should just make a belt.
You want to?
Championship belt.
There we go.
Yeah. And do one every year. The 2017 belt, the 2018 belt. I like belts. I'm a wrestling guy. We're wrestling guys, so you know we like belts.
Yeah. You guys converted me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say
Belts.
I say it was belt. Yeah.
Belts. We're gonna create belts.
So we're gonna have belt at the end of the season. And then, yeah. Hopefully I have that up in the next couple weeks. I'm still waiting for Fanduel to unleash for NFL stuff to let us go with it. But yeah.
Big shout out to John and Barside, allowing us to shoot here at Barside Bar and Grill here in Westover, West Virginia, providing us with this beautiful wings. This is actually the house wings at Barside.
Food is amazing.
Food is amazing. Big shout out to All Eyes on the Orange and Brown with Keep Josh Gordon Facebook group. They're hosting the videos.
Even though they probably don't like me after I just said what I said.
Oh, that's I just realized that. Also, big shout out to Elliot Kennel and Brown's Bloggers and Friends. They're also letting us host the video there. And Elliot Kennel was a good friend of mine. We used to work back in the day in NRCCE. And big shout out to Walter Plumley, Fairmont, West Virginia. He shouted out the blog last week. Also shout out to Juice Adams. He shouted out the vlog last week. Big shout out to Jamie Downson, Browns fan representing from Ottawa, Canada. That was a big look. That was a big look. So, good looking, my man Jamie. And Michael Cray for allowing us to share our video on the Cleveland Browns Facebook page.
All right, guys, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Eric.
This has been Browns in Our Blood. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Let's go Brownies.